Hello and welcome everyone, my name is JhonnyBAverage and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna keep our Disco Elysium playthrough going. We hit a bit of a roadblock with the Measurehead character, and now we're learning about his racist theory. So we still have a bit to go, and the way how time works in this game is you actually have to talk to people for time to advance. We're halfway there on the on completing the racist theory thought. So once we complete that, we can go back and then go to the real test there, which is talking to the union leader Everard. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. And if you can hear the music there, it's I bought a boombox and it's continuously playing. I'm probably going to unequip it because it's a bit annoying over a long period of time because the music doesn't change at all. So let's just jump right into it. For anyone out there, how's your Wednesday? No, today. Well, how's your Thursday afternoon going? So I just cleaned my house and started playing this game after a little while. I took a quick walk outside because it was sunny. So yeah, that's best. Do the best we can now with this afternoon playing this game. If you're new to the channel, please say hi in the chat. And if you have any clues or tips about this game, please go ahead. Because I'm pretty bad at it, at least from what I've seen. Alright, so let's check out everything over here. Here, it looks like Guillaume de Million, that hair poster. Let's see if I can talk to this lady a bit.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
So she's the owner of a bookshop, her daughter's outside, she keeps her daughter standing in the rain, which is a bit of a shitty thing to do, and like, I know she's trying to teach her the proper ideal of business and hard work, but she is actually just pretty much mistreating her daughter and using her for child labor. I get that she's a trooper. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know, she's been biting her nails.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
She's a terrible parent. I don't think she can do anything about it. Okay, forget it. None of your business.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong, Eva. I know that, and usually I don't know anything. That is true, and obviously they will off the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter. Yeah, actually it's a super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget it, I said anything. I used to bite my nails a lot, like down to almost bleeding. Now I bite my nails, but I bite them very carefully to not go too far and to make them as smooth as possible. But yeah, when I was in school, in high school, I would like bite them a lot. And back then I didn't even have to pay bills, so it didn't even really make sense. Why did I bite my nails so much? But yeah, let's go with this one.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Indeed.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. Is this husband Annette's father? Is she an only child? She told me she doesn't go to school anymore, or I have something else in mind. Is this husband Annette's father?
My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Wait, Grand Couronne, what's that? And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Very silent.
Super silent.
Yeah.
almost inaudibly so.
She told me she hasn't gone to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Yeah, especially now, so you have more child slaves to work at your endeavors.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Of course, yes, this economy. Why not? Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand.
Yeah, I'm not a father.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
The
woman looks aloof.
Alright.
Her feet.
Pretty much exhausted all that's going there. Let's see if I can talk to her again, if she's feeling a bit better.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win.
Exactly.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
You can stop calling me sir, I am but a working man.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
I get it. I get you. I, for example, can't stop miming this face. Point at your face. Okay, yeah, when the next person comes, you'd have to sir or ma'am them again. Sir this then, soldier on. It's point at my face.
That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
Is it? What are you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
Oh, so I got a fedora like a detective hat. Wait, where did you get that? It's a fedora detective hat. Okay, I get it. I can look just like Dick Mullen, except I'm an actual police officer. Where'd you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Yeah, we already tried the door there, but let's see. It's a fedora.
Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that.
I actually had a teenage phase where I wore a fedora for a while. It was a bad look for me.
Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices.
What am I missing
hard.
here? Are you missing here? Wait for me, this is what you can maybe try it. Help her in 28%. Not good enough, I'm probably just gonna leave. Let's see. And I can't try and get this down anytime soon,
A
right?
heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
No, so I gotta get pain threshold open. Alright. So I gotta first get some experience points going. Signature skill, intellectual base. Like, one thing I was wondering, can I actually, like, remove some that I've added at some point? Apparently not. Like, yeah, nah. Because it would really suit me to get some more volition and some more pain threshold to be a bit more physical. This intellectual route is a bit of a complication, to be honest. -1 morale, substance use effect. So yeah, I can use that at some point. Close. Let's see the fedora. +1 encyclopedia. Yeah, I don't really need it because I already got quite a lot of encyclopedia ongoing. So this conceptualization. All right. Anything I gotta do in the journal? Run the number on the victim's armor. We already did. Interview the union boss. Perform a field autopsy. Yeah, we can do that to waste some time, I'm guessing. Cause let's see, we're almost done, yeah, with the advanced race theory thing. So let's just do the autopsy while we're at it. Let's head back to the body. And let's get the gloves back on. So this we can remove over here. Close, gloves. There we go, gloves. And let's do the autopsy. Autopsy? Autopsy?
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
Autopsy. Alright, good.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Alright, first was exactly... Well, let's start with this, I guess.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Have I?
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
What don't you know? What use are you? Clap your gloved hands. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
I don't know. What do you mean? Alright.
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes.
Alright, so we just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
He nods. Alright, open your ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
Number 1, assistant. Let's jump ahead to the 3 summary. Let's pause this autopsy. Number 1, assistant.
That's you.
Only first question and already I don't know the answer. Leave it empty.
the corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
Alright, let's write that
Next.
down. Name,
NA.
date of birth,
NA.
age.
Roughly 50.
Continue.
try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
Gonna write 42.
He nods.
Race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Right fucky, right male, right pig's gonna have sex. I'm gonna write male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of birth.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Right, 04, 03, 51.
What else?
Next.
9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
I continue.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment anyway? I agree. Lividity pointed to a lynching. Agreed, no treatment. I'm not sure. What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I agree, lividity pointed to a lynching.
Then again, the right lividity is easy to produce if you know what you're doing.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then,
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
the corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copy paper tries to answer why.
Alright, let's start by the beginning. External examination. Summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it
The boots
down.
are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Write it
The
down.
boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
Down.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Yeah, getting there myself. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Short light brown male pattern border. Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Write it down, adding the brilliantine.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
And you was gonna interject.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Write down, but I meant for high velocity. Nah, I'm not gonna meant for anything that little shit says, so write down.
Get your mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife with the other hand pulling on the belt. Starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters. Good thing we got the chain cutters. Pull out the rubber grip cutters. Let's go with this one.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing that man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
I continue.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Yes, I am Kuno's pig, I agree. I'm not your pig, Kuno. Look for a god spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast.
So there is
The
no...
knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
let's not hopefully cut his head off.
After
Good.
some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove into this gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
Here come the Kunos.
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspected genitals.
The dead man's penis is average sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
I think all testicles are uneven length. Write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
So he's seen combat before.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
The scarring is extensive, way more than the law officials.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Right down.
Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand.
The hand feels heavy, filled with decay liquids, like it's ready to explode if squeezed hard enough. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were you expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Alright, write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Well, internal examination. It's not gonna get better.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
How should we know that unless we open the body?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of the story. What is the moral of the story?
What would that be?
Yeah.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Alright, then I'll write an A.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
We crack the hyoid bone.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured.
Yeah.
The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact.
Just like Jeffrey Epstein's. Or was it that it wasn't? And that's why they say he didn't hang himself. Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper inside.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth.
Oh, that little throw up.
You're
That's awful.
forced to swallow.
Yeah.
Just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
Can I
You silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
The lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you write it down.
Hepatobiliary. Na.
He wipes his brow. Why don't we have anything? Right, NA.
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
Am I an expert in those things? I don't think so.
Neither am I.
Right, NA then.
Same for toxicology and serology. Na.
Right, NA.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Get a little bit of health back, just in case. I don't want to die again.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
That is the corpse below this lower abdomen, briefly. Write it down. Omit the voila, keep the voila. Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Alright, number 1. Bite
Head,
mark.
chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body.
Alright,
And
write down.
Your opinion, officer?
Head, chest, and scalp bite marks, injuries, predation by birds cause damage to the body. Ontologist does not need to be consulted. Opinion, non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Yep. Are you gonna say anything, Kuno?
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed
Figured.
to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
A. Opinion, fatal injury, non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
Well, it's a ligature mark, I'm guessing.
Dark red abraded ligature mark.
What actually
encircling
killed
the
him?
neck, with a gap on the neck
Probably.
measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact.
Oh, so he choked, he didn't break his neck. That sucks.
I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Write it down.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
So, hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. So, 1 centimeter, no signs of clawing on the neck. So he was probably also hung post-mortem. Because if you were choking, there would have been A lot more wriggling. Well, didn't he have his hands tied down his back? No, they were just hanging, weren't they? So, I guess he post-mortem as well. The lieutenant falls silent abruptly.
Why do you say that?
I just took a whack in the dark. I'm serious, I don't think it was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
After the conclusions through the psychic arts, why weren't his hands tied? A big man like this, I would tie his hands when marching him to the gallows. Exactly.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being.
Yeah, because he would have scratched his neck if his hands were tied.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Alright, good. So, first, how did it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Alright, what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
You got a copy of the
For
autopsy.
processing.
Look at the dead man's one more time, then at the slip of the red paper in his head, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Alright, let's bag him, take him away, let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination. So, should I try one of these? Search the body one more time thoroughly. Got more chance within an empire. Let's see if the body can tell me something else. Oh,
Gone
where have you gone?
into the wild pale yonder.
What was that?
In the past, way out in the west.
I can see a gun, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you. You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Copper.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination.
Continue.
Go ahead.
Why do I love?
Ask me more
Why
questions.
do I love questions so
You
much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
I do strike myself as a Rooney. Rooney is obviously not who I am. Alright, good.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Harry. I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately. No, I can't be Harry Refuse. Could I really be a Harry? Could I really be a Harry?
You can be anything you want, brother Coppo.
Oh, why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Can you ask me a question? Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Coppo. It was love all along.
Which was it that killed you then? Love or communism?
Huh?
I said love killed you. Said love killed you, but when you fell down you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
I don't have anything else to do. This case is all I have. Because he told me to, not toward him. Maybe this will lead to something. Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous. I'm guessing I don't have anything else to do.
I am all you have. Then you truly lost it all, brother. Let the world drag it all away from you. And what it left, you pissed away.
I hate you, you stink, and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
So a baby affected with harlequinism. A deep sea creature, myself in the bathroom mirror. Apparently a baby with harlequinism.
You sure I got out of that one? Coppellini.
Alright, enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Alright, so let's bag him, take him away, let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination. I think we still have to examine him further. Let's leave, I guess. What's up here?
Advanced race.
Oh yeah, good. What have I learned?
Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights.
Alright, letting cap for orthodox race to 5, +1 conceptualization. The mystery is mostly aesthetic. Alright. Good, done with race theory. And over here. So I gotta up pain threshold. And volition. I don't have enough. Alright. It's good, good. But yeah, I'll eventually get the volition. Because now I got a lot of medicine for my mood swings, just in case. So, map. Okay, yeah, pain threshold, challenging, physical instrument. Alright, so let's just give it a quick save. And let's head over to Measurehead. Let's see what we can find over there. Okay, full health back. Should have talked to this racist before or after. I remember to always click on that. Oh, medicine. Yeah, good. People sure throw magnesium around.
Welcome to Ivashol.
The mark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant.
This man looks like trouble. You might not want to get into this right now.
Alright, never mind, leave. Gotta deal with another racist first. Come on. Up the stairs. Ooh, there's a box. Oh, I should check that box again.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Isn't it right the Union Boss wide? Know anything about this mug? Let's go over that funky race classification again. I think I know the race enigma. I know what the race enigma is. Yeah, I'm not gonna knock him out. It should let me into the fucking harbor. Paradoxically, a plan to supersede the Occidentals with their own race theory. This racecraft is what rich white people want us to do while they get all the money. It's just something you shock people with, a liberal and progressive people. It's whatever you want it to be. It's a free association language exercise to generate race hero. I don't know about the rest, but it's clear I should stop drinking the ancient Illimarian mind poison Al Ghul. Lillimarian. This up is ready to be superseded by Areopagite Superstate. I can serve as a clerk in your administration. Maybe you need a cop. As far as what he said, I think it's shit, so let me into the fucking harbor.
The fossilized rock and roll rebel challenges me, a figure of authority. He is trying to reinstate his individualism with swear words taken from rock songs from the last century.
Individualism has really fucked him over, John.
The woman's looks half bored.
Impotent subject of pop culture, I take pity on you. You clearly want to enter the harbor bad, like a little boy wants to go on the potty. I can press the button for you. It will open the door.
That's all I wanted.
Very well.
Ah, good.
You may enter the door once. Our race conversation here has concluded.
Awesome.
Finally. Let's go.
Good. And I got another level, so I can get the evolution up. Alright, good. Except changes in clothes. So yeah, now I've got more evolution. Good. And yeah, alright, so pain threshold, this one was already updated. Alright, good. And what else over here? Send victim's body to processing. Once you're done with it, send the corpse to processing. Lieutenant Kitsuragi will take care of it. Check twice to see whether you're done with all corpse-related tasks. After you send the body away, you can take it back. Yeah, I figured so. Let's not send it away just yet. But now let's explore the harbor. So let's see what we got going on over here. Postcard Le Jardin. Someone left the coffee machine on. I sent it off his file cabinet. I probably could use some of the medicine in there. Yep. And what's over here? Cool sunglasses. Let's check. What do I get? +1 visual calculus, -1 drama. Yeah, let's put them on. Let's see how they look. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's go with them. And let's see what else we can get up to. What's about with the chair? Giant aspirin on a pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Got something over here.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
Ooh, what might be in there?
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Alright, let's open it.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through it.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Nothing interesting.
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself to go through them. It's a shitty check. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Well, now that I've got an extra evolution point, I got plenty of medicine, so let's go for it.
Look how blurry all
fucked
the
it
lines
up.
on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing.
Stop beating yourself over the head with that.
Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all shapes start melting into each other, like one of those 3D art paintings. Like I remember when I was a kid, where you had to get your eyes out of focus so you would have this 3D image project towards you. I could only do like half of them, half at a time. I don't know. Some of them were pretty hard. I can't really force my eyes to go out of focus that easily. Maybe now that I actually have to wear glasses, it would be much easier. Could actually focus through not focusing. Could actually focus through not focusing.
Not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
If I let my eyes go completely out of focus.
Is that what you're doing with those photos over there?
Yes, I want to see the 3D image.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case.
Oh.
After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Oh, no, the chances are higher, so it might actually work, so let's go again.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. Something about containers.
Alright, I try, close the drawer.
The drawer slides shut smoothly.
End. Let's see what else. This do a typewriter, name is on the back. Blah blah blah. Every worker equals a member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Let's see what I can get over
An
here.
imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
I don't have anyone to call at the moment, so let's not do that. And I just got like a blue bauble standing over here. Come on, where? Can I get it again? Alright, apparently not. Let's just go up the stairs. Hey, finally, I got my raincoat back. I almost killed myself last time trying to get it. Okay, get it. Here we
The
go.
tarpaulin cloak is still hanging on the railing. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back.
Alright, let's grab it.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips.
I do like my yellow outfit though, but let's see what are the benefits of this. +1 is Spirit of a Corpse, +1 Shivers. And this is +1 Endurance. And this is actually 2 for 1, so let's go with this one. And I can take the gloves off, because otherwise I'll look ridiculous. And can I put this on? Looking good. So yeah, let's keep that as our style now, for the moment being. Yeah, because this is probably gonna go to the same slot as jacket. Right, so let's keep this, and a 5. Let's see what's over here. Collecting rainwater, this door, good. Gotta remember to always press tab just in case I miss something.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Continue.
Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
So this is where René works. I'm gonna look around, search booth.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that picture of René?
I'm gonna ask him about it.
You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Alright, leave. Ask René about the photo. I should probably get his shot put back first. Over here, what else have we got? This card. Blue oblong pen, postcard Le Jardin. I can actually sell it. Oh, dashing young man René was. Alright. What else have we got over here? Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Yep, pretty much like any workplace that I've been to. Let's go down the stairs. Can we go down the stairs? Or not? Can we go down here? Or can we... All around you, great machines and quiescence. Quiescence? Can I walk over here? Nope. What's up here? White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Alright. There's probably money up on the roof. I should get it. Can I drive a machine already?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and
Arrête
are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Press marsh.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Uh-huh. What did I achieve with that? Is it gonna drop it? Oh, nice. Wait, was that the way I should have walked? Did I just put something in my way? Continue.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose, what do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Alright, let's leave. Because... oh no, so... This is the other way. So... Can I check this? Is it closed?
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
And I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe. I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the crane. I don't know, Kim. It just feels special. Inspect the container. Maybe there's some contraband in there.
It's a cargo container, detective. Just like all the others.
Doesn't even look at it.
We're not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss.
Let's knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Well, I hope there's something inside in the container, because I already spoke a lot with Kim over it, so...
Attempted to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked.
Alright, let's go.
To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Nothing more to do here. Wait, if I equip the pry bar, can I actually try and open it? Let's see if I try now.
Before the cargo container.
Nah.
Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
So, yeah, I can't do anything. Let's leave. Gotta check with Everard. I haven't spoken to the man yet. Oops, what's here? The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Yeah, because there's a strike going. The speak tower is silent. There's no work to organize the yard below. Yeah, what's in here? Ultra serious gloves. Half-light. Alright. So the musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Really? You think that? Oh, money. Take it. And what do we got over here? Take it. Alright, good. What are these? Gas balloons? The size thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. What are you doing? Container, container, container.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
He's got a nice voice.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Mundi.
I don't know where any of these places, well, made up places are, but so, sure.
Container, container, used to be well-timed.
Gotta have some M&M's in the meantime.
Now belongs to Everard.
Hi!
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people in scabs? Actually, I am, yes. What is it with you people in scabs?
I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
The first reasonable person we've run into at this point. He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Well, yeah, scabs up. Well, it's a difficult position to put in, to be honest, but yeah. Like, if there's a strike, you should respect it. You'll be right.
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then.
Irish, so I'm guessing he's like Irish. Let's see.
People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot.
Irish, yeah.
There
Okay.
was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Although many places have that sheep rumor, like even some areas of Uruguay have the same sheep rumor. So if there's a lot of green countryside, they're gonna have a rumor about fucking sheep, I'm sure. What are your container? What are you doing with the containers? Where is everyone? The hopper's empty. Do you work here? What's in the container over there? Point to the container. Spend it from the crane arm. I'm looking for the leader of the dock workers union. Let's start at the beginning.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
Mm-hmm. Logic. What's going on here?
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
This looks like a massive redecorating operation camp. Leo, has anyone told you you need to change the covers? What is underneath these red covers?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think.
This looks like a massive...
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
I like Leo. He's the only one that has been open and honest with us for at this moment. There's your one, the hover's empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Well, you're working, you're pinning the containers.
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but he seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer. Come on, tell us.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
But what did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
He looks to you for assistance.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got into. Too rowdy. Leo, what kind of fight did they get into? Did they kill a mercenary?
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everard. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
Are you okay there? What's in the container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Yeah, so maybe Kim was right.
Call you.
Yeah.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
We deduce that from them saving you.
Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Alright, I guess that's it. That's just... Since we're at it.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Alright, you're giving us a lot of good information.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Hold on, who is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot,
I
really.
clicked the wrong thing.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here.
I
You guys are alright.
gotta get back
Yes,
to that
yes.
part.
Unlike Mr. Actually,
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
a real pretty... But I can't listen to the radio all the time. Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Oh, poor Leah.
Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting. You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they meet yours for a moment.
Oh, mister, I do a lot more than that. I really do most everything around here. Mr. Everett said many times I'm irreplaceable.
You are, Leo. Sorry for what I said. I was just trying every option from the
Bye-bye now.
from the word board. Map, what have we got? Back here, wall. Possible. Alright. Tasks. What we got over here? Clothes. What we got? These gloves. Well, since we're not using any other gloves, let's go for it. And a 5. Now let's see where we got over here. Much to pick up. Nothing to pick up. Let's look at the swordfish. This is the fish that tells time. Oh, cool. Alright, let's go. Talk to the man. Alright, talk to the man. Not Kim. Jesus, these controls. Here we go.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
Continue.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you, with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He adjusts to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
You do have a very big chair.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Probably why you are in that health.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff?
Why are you calling? Yeah.
Seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
Alright, let's take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious. Try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair.
Jesus, so bad I actually damaged my health.
Violating your backside.
Yeah, I've been in some chairs like that.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
Points at a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically
It
huge.
should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow,
So,
that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
you know, Garter, thank you, Rod. Take the comically large check. Take the comically large check, but don't say anything.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
No, it's cool. You've got integrity.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays.
Continue.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Continue.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
How do you know about my lost gun? I'm not worried. I would appreciate any help you could provide. How do you know?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that
Why are you
you're
calling me
worried.
Harry?
Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
+1 doesn't say thanks, but took the novelty check. The chair is killing you. Composure.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Yeah, I've got to fucking lose on this one.
Who does this guy think you
Oh,
are?
actually-
Ronnie the rookie? You ain't worried about no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the bad cop. You're probably more corrupt than him.
Wait, that's it. That's my point of pride here. Sink deep into a folding chair, smile, and cross your hands behind your back. Guessing this would be more cage rattling to this man.
Fuck yes. You're part of the old guard, the ancient guard, the most corrupt, unholy cops in the land. Chill out like the black dragon you are.
Alright, sink deep into the folding chair and smile.
The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little display.
Continue.
Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
Listen over our pal, we both know what makes the wheels of the world turn.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
This fighter could have used a more comfortable chair. Nice bit with the chair, by the way. Chuckle, a good way to keep your guests on edge.
Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
Thank you for your hospitality. Feel free to visit me down at the station anytime. This is Wormslayer, and we both know why I'm here, to help grow your horde. I'm not saying I'm correct, I'm rational.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Everard Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up. Ask questions.
I will.
Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily.
I
understand you need to interview me.
I sense there's a but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
You've heard wrong, Everard. We're not. I've opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
But you don't know anything about the hanging. Damn it, fine, I'll look into it. We need to talk about that mirror. I can't accept this thing, refuse the task. But you don't even know anything about the hanging. Why don't you open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Damn it, fine, accept the task.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
Yeah, so that's my real name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
He looks at you. I really do.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
My memory is fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a kid, wife or kids? What kind of cop does it say I am? Where did you get the folder? Drama meme. Have another look at the folder. Yeah, seems to be high enough. Let's go for it.
As you
Nice.
look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder.
It's
It's just
not.
another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
It's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
As you're gonna ask me how I got in, let's talk about my lost gun. I met Joyce, the company representative. What's in the container outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to a Qualson crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Alright, maybe. I met Joyce, the company
Oh,
representative.
that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy.
What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gorman? Just said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Why haven't you let her in to see you? I'm more interested about it.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distraction.
What happened to the previous negotiator?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
Call him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
Why wouldn't you let her in to see?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this
Joyce.
This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Well, let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Yeah, I don't care about my gun. Keep it. Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back? I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. Hold on, could he really be holding my gun hostage?
I don't care about my gun. I love it, Harry. Wish I could be like that, but I can't. I have a responsibility to this community. I can't have a loaded gun out in the street.
You said it wasn't loaded before.
The officer is exaggerating. Of course we care about the missing firearm, and we are actively looking for it as well.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news.
Alright.
Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Pass the card in your disc. Right. Great. Wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here. You're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Alright. That was interesting. We talked to Aurora. Try to check. Tracked items. Alright, good. What we got? Open apartment door for Aurora. Alright, let's do that since we're at it and we still have some time before we can rest. Apparently you can go to bed after 9 p.m. around that time. Okay, how do I get out? Stair made of pallets leading up. Yeah, and I want to go outside. Ah, okay. Just get a quick save going and see if I can talk to the container again to make it open. I should probably buy some more healing items at the Frittes. Just in case.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
So, only if we get a double 12, we get an...
Why are you even
Close.
trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Right. Probably be able to come back once Kim is asleep. Because one of the other things I learned is that there are several things that you can do when Kim isn't there. without the judgment of Kim's gaze, so to speak. So yeah, like taking the drugs and stuff. That will improve for certain other aspects. Anything here? What's with the magazine? This book. Over here. Yeah, no. Just picked it up. Okay, where's Mañana? There you go, Mañana. Tell me where the door is.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
And then see a wide smile adorning his face. Continue.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Brad said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said it belongs to a weasel. I was hoping you could tell me.
Of course. I got you. You don't know anything.
The side of his nose was a little
I
wink.
got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I saw an opportunity and I took it. I'm a hustle grinder. I heard something about a weasel and I didn't sound like a local polar weasel. If you know what I mean. Wink. I'm not opening the store for myself. I'm opening for all the working men. I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it. I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks.
Alright, continue.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse.
I know the door.
Behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
I continue.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
Is gaze wanders off into the
None
distance.
of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in heavy transport areas, for example, harbors.
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed out.
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
So there may be a killer there.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
Yeah, come on.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
Yeah, gotta run. Come on. So let's go to the Fritte first. Oh, it's getting late. Gotta buy some stuff. Let's
A small
buy.
cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs.
Okay, here. Okay, here. I hope. Okay, here. I
Yeah.
hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Leave, and I think I can cash a check with her.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Before we go, what is the Fred? What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
Looks at the cover boasting a colorful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got like famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this. Very futuristic. Tap on the girls kissing. Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature? Point at the cover.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the number uno guy in there right now? And does he look like this? Point at yourself, point to her hat. I bet that would take the prize. Who's the most stylish there? Can't be anyone from here.
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Before we go on, what is for there? Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay.
And exchange.
I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
And exchange this novelty check for cash. Give it a novelty check.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
She rolls up the giant novelty check, looks like she's seen it before, and slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
Nope.
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by supplying you with cash.
Exactly.
That was easy. Worryingly so.
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Did you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Phil.
Uh-huh.
Alright, good, good. So got more money. Interact. Is interact by an inventory to inspect a book. Interact.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Flip through the pages, see what catches
To
your
your
eye.
disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International development.
Yeah, let's put it away for the moment. Not in it at the moment, so... what have we done? We probably cashed a check. Right. So, two things I want to check. First, now to see if I can break down the door, now that I've... no, wait, libraries, this way. Not library, bookshop. Now I got some more physical strength on me. Come on. Alright, let's go over here. Come on.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Broke into the common art apartment. +1. So, if I go into the basement first, maybe this will lower, so... Yeah, let's try the basement first. Maybe if I break into the other place, I'll get an even better roll. That's 42 is still pretty shit. I think I need like an 8 or higher. Alright, come on, let's go. No, this way. What's up?
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge.
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
No, whatever. Let death come. I'm a River-Shoalian badass. Kim, it looks like we got a construction code violation.
Sure. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing...
Yeah, right. So, it was just about the bridge. And we're over here. There's a cool noise. Over here's the door.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
I press my ear against it.
The upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Let's knock.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in.
Oh, this task went
Let's
okay.
be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I unlock the door?
I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it.
Alright, good.
On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Everard we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Everard is also an option?
Yes. Presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
I actually want to go
The
inside.
door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this.
Use my ass
You
key.
try to be as silent as you can. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
Alright. So let's save and let's go in. Ooh, this is dark. Disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. So let's put some flashlight in our hands. This we can take off.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Tap on the mugs.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
What do I mean? Uncomfortable?
It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people.
Cynical, slippery bastard. I don't see these as stereotypes. I think they are honest acknowledgements of difference. I don't think I like the owner of this apartment. Cynical, slippery
You
bastard.
ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard.
Probably not.
The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
What about your yellow man mug and compare?
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
So...
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
See, Kim? It was good to come into this apartment.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Alright, good, good. See, something we gotta be. Take it. That's always good. Gotta be. Thank you. Let's see this. Whoever lives here admires their fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks. Most feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold? God damn it. No, I discarded a thought by accident. I wanted to know what the sevenfold sun miracle is. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? Or someone's getting ready to leave. Guessing that's it. Yeah, alright. Enough. Alright, we're done with this task. So now let's try to break down the door again. Jeez, the shop works long hours. Is she busy now? Or has she finished homework?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
What you missing? Nah, still. Still not full.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Let's try once again. Ooh, failed miserably. Yeah, -1 health. Don't worry, I got some health items. A heavy door with a missing handle.
Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Oh god, try to breathe now. This really wasn't the best idea, was it? I deserve this. My body deserves to suffer for being this weak and disappointing. Is that it? Is that blood I'm seeing? Rub your forehead.
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door?
If you'd give me a key, I wouldn't have to.
Don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens
more
of
into
charms and trinkets.
Maybe for the next one I can get through it. How am I regarding levels? Halfway there. I need 50 more experience. Open the door for a roar, the smoke on the balcony. There's apartment 28. Sometime after to see if anyone's home. Run to them over to victim's armor. A day 4. Alright. Good. What do we find over here? Clothes. Logic +1, and these give me conceptualization -1 suggestion. Well, this one doesn't have a downside, so let's go with that. Looks nicer too. Okay, go. Anything new to say?
Hola, wandering man. How can I help
The
you?
Weasel visitor. Turned out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
Yes, his mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
Alright, good. Is it this racist lorry driver by any chance? Let's get back in. Someone is literally chilling next to the radio. Alright, good. Nope, what's the other way? Oh wait. Back there. And we run across the bridge into Everard's office.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Open the door, you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of the Order of Shoal. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everard's Rainbow Coalition.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
So it's probably a plant.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
Oddly, it seems to be true.
This weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
There's more to police work than back in an imaginary baton. Say nothing.
Of course, Harry. Stoic silence. I like that. Very befitting a police officer. I'm not a real detective. You are.
You said lynching and the strike are related. How?
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
What do you mean?
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Go on.
About my fun container? It's a hoot, Harry. Who knows? Maybe you'll be in here the next time they move it. It will be very fun, I promise. But enough about me and my container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
Indeed.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway.
You mentioned a lawyer girl. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
What kind of fan these
Do you know
people?
what, Harry? I got a feeling they're going to show up in full force tomorrow.
The lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
You mentioned a lawyer girl. In the future, could I use your backing? Can you ask the Hardy Boys to cooperate? Mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Or tell them to not come tomorrow, probably.
When you meet this Titus, tell him about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Take it. Why
The
not?
lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
That does sound quite unlikely, yes. The big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal.
Good talk. Let's
Was
conclude
it
for
a
now.
good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. In real life, I am more left-leaning, but you're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. I'm a hustler. My heart tells me.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think?
Depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Right, what are signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where's this? What will happen to the current
We're
occupants?
just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not
Where
pulling the rug
is
from
this
under them,
place
Harry.
exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Fine. I guess.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Alright, I'm gonna leave for now. I'm gonna try one last time on the door.
This? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
You must be mistaken, I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's gotta keep the saying around here. That is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, where is the Kingdom of Conscience? No more talk, sign me up for a passport, opt-in. No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions. Opt-in.
I knew we could trust you. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol.
Yeah, I'd rather develop that thought than the racist theory one, so... Let's see if I can get the racist theory out my head. Confirm. And Kingdom of Conscience, internalize while I'm at it. Do I have anything? Can I forget this one? We don't have skill points available. And I can't forget that one either yet, just yet. Alright, so F5, but let's exit first. Let's head out. Let's upgrade our pain threshold once more. No, I can't. I have 1. Can't do that either. Do I have 0 skill points? Wait. Physique, endurance, nothing. Oh yeah, I didn't get a skill point. That's silly. Why did I earn a level? Alright, so I probably have to earn another level. What do I have here? Interact. Letter. Whatever was sabotaged to the upper right corner, hand to you by a clear and set out some of the old documents. Yeah, I'm gonna interact with them later. Just gonna go back to the city center. And we're gonna call it a night at least. Head over to our room so we can later explore the town without Kim for the next episode. Over here. Come on, hurry. Also want to see if there are any different people now in the hostel, because it's nighttime. No time to talk to the racist. Let's go back over here to the whirling. Close for winter, please use the main entrance. Alright. Be here. Oh yeah, there's plenty more people now. I could probably sing karaoke now. Oh, alright. I'm gonna leave that for the next round. Let's just have a quick save over here, and we're gonna talk to all these people on the next episode and see if we can find something new out, and let's see if I can get some karaoke going. Apparently, I might be called Henry, which is a little bit of headway in our main case, because I like the murder I don't really care about. I'm more interested on who this person is and why they forgot everything. Probably because of the alcohol, but yeah, I'm more interested in what Harry is like as a real person, what we are like as a real person or from the past, rather than who killed the person and hung him in the back. But yeah, alright, so I hope you guys liked this episode so far. And you're liking this game so far. We're gonna pick it up again next Thursday. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna do the Cyberpunk episode that I missed last Saturday, and maybe get another one on Saturday straight over. But just in case, if I don't see you, have a nice weekend, and I'll catch you again for next Wednesday, hopefully again with a guest with Double Trouble. So have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.